Hey, beautiful souls, it is Taylor. You didn't stumble upon this video by chance. Something deep within you, a spark of divine energy, led you here. Right now, by the time you finish watching, you'll understand why. Maybe lately you've been feeling overwhelmed, like life is spiraling into chaos, filled with uncertainty and challenges that seem to make no sense. But what if I told you that this chaos might just be the clearest sign yet that you are on the verge of stepping into the most powerful, radiant, and meaningful chapter of your life? The universe always speaks to us first in whispers, then in shouts. Before a massive shift happens, it sends signs, nudges, and subtle signals. The tragedy is that most people miss the true meaning of these signs. They mistake them for bad luck or misfortune, and they give up right before their breakthrough. But not you. You are here, which means you are already tuning into those signals. Today, I am going to share with you 7 powerful signs that your life is about to undergo a profound transformation. If even 3 of these resonate with you, get ready, because a new reality is already unfolding for you. Let's dive into the first sign. You are starting to question everything you thought you knew about life. If you've been reflecting on your beliefs, values, goals, or even your purpose, this is no accident. Something within you is shifting. It may not be visible on the surface yet, but it is real. It is like the old frameworks you relied on are crumbling. Yes, this can feel uncomfortable, but this discomfort is sacred. It is a sign you are awakening to a new version of yourself. The universe is inviting you to re-examine everything you've taken for granted. Your reality, your relationships, your direction. This isn't a crisis. It is an awakening. The universe is urging you to break free from the illusions you've been living in, to make space for something far greater than you've ever imagined. This shift in perspective is essential for your growth. It is life whispering that your mind is ready to expand, to embrace new ideas, and step into a future aligned with your higher self. Questions like, who am I really? What do I truly want? Am I living a life that honors my soul's calling? These aren't just philosophical musings, they're gateways to a new reality. Once you step through them, there is no going back. Suddenly, the world feels unfamiliar. Things that once made sense lose their meaning, and certainty slips away. This may feel like you are losing your footing, but in truth, you are finding your path. This sense of disorientation is the universe clearing the way, making space for the real you by shedding old roles, expectations, and stories that no longer fit. It is like a spiritual detox, a shedding of the false self so the true self can emerge. The universe, in its wisdom, is peeling away the masks, lies, and outdated identities, leaving only what is authentic and true. This process might feel chaotic, but it is actually creation. You are being reshaped, stronger, wiser, and more aligned with your essence. Know this questioning isn't a detour. It is the start of the journey. You are not lost. You are finally starting to see clearly. Yes, it is scary when familiar things fall apart. But that falling apart makes room for something better. You are not breaking, you are breaking free. And it is not just your beliefs being challenged. You might notice your relationships, habits, and even daily routines shifting. People whose energy no longer aligns with yours may start to fade from your life. Places that once felt comfortable might now feel stifling. This is you outgrowing everything that doesn't resonate with your new frequency. Think of it as an inner detox, a filter that lets only what nourishes your soul stay and releases the rest. Yes, This means letting go of comfort zones, familiar pain, and the illusion of control. It is hard because these things might have felt like part of your identity, but they're not the real you. They were just tools for different seasons of your life. So, what comes next? That is where the magic happens. On the other side of this upheaval is a new you, more resilient, more awake, and more aligned with your deepest truth. You'll start to feel it, a subtle but powerful sensation, a mix of fear and excitement, like something big, something extraordinary is about to unfold. That feeling isn't random. It is your intuition speaking. It is a sign your consciousness is expanding, breaking through the limits you once placed on yourself. As those inner walls crumble, beautiful things begin to grow. New dreams, new goals, new energy. It is like pulling weeds from a garden to make space for vibrant, blooming life. Here is where the real miracle unfolds. Answers start to come, but not in the way you expect. They might show up as chance encounters, synchronicities, a stranger's words, or a book that mysteriously finds its way to you. These seemingly random moments carry messages tailored just for you. Even if you don't have all the answers yet, you'll feel it. You are on the right path. Questioning itself is part of the transformation. It is not weakness, it is wisdom. When you stop pretending and start listening to yourself, to your soul, to the universe, that wisdom rises. As you lean into this process, you'll notice the outer world reflecting your inner shifts. That is the beauty of alignment. Your reality changes, not because the world has, but because you have. You've raised your frequency, opened your eyes, and reclaimed your power. So don't fear these questions. Welcome them, embrace the uncertainty, and allow the discomfort, because it means you are growing. Every great transformation begins with confusion, doubt, and things falling apart. But in truth, you are finding your place. When you surrender to this process, you'll start to see the signs the universe has been sending all along. They've always been there, waiting for you to be ready. Now, let's talk about the second sign. You are feeling a growing disconnection from your past. This is one of the clearest, most powerful indicators that you are about to step into a new chapter. It doesn't happen overnight. It is a gradual, subtle shift that starts deep within, often so quietly you might not notice at first. But slowly, almost imperceptibly, the things that once excited you, motivated you, or gave you purpose lose their grip. Hobbies, conversations, or routines that used to bring joy now feel hollow. It is like you are seeing the same world through new eyes. Eyes that no longer light up at the same sights. Ears that no longer resonate with the same sounds. People you once felt connected to. Places that felt like home now seem distant, almost foreign. The emotions tied to those experiences fade, replaced by a calm sense of detachment. This shift isn't random or fleeting. It is something deeper, something sacred. It is your soul gently but firmly nudging you forward, telling you you've outgrown certain moments, relationships, or versions of yourself. Your understanding of life is evolving, and with it, your goals, desires, values, and connections are transforming. Suddenly, the things that once formed the foundation of your identity no longer feel like fey. They're like echoes of a life you lived, shadows of a self you no longer are. This can be disorienting. You may not know where you are headed or who you are becoming. But one thing is clear. You can't go back. You can't pretend the old life fits the new you. It just doesn't. Your old routines, the job that once defined your worth, the social circles you felt part of, even the thoughts that guided your days, they're dissolving. Yes, this dissolution can feel unsettling, like you are losing something. But it is also one of the strongest signs of personal transformation. It is your soul making space for something new, shedding old skin. So what is more aligned with your true essence can emerge. Letting go of the familiar is never easy. There is a grieving process when you release parts of your identity that once set permanent. But this disconnection isn't a punishment, it is preparation. Think of it as a clearing in a forest, opened by time and change, ready for new life to take root. What is coming next may not be clear yet, but it is growing beneath the surface. Losing interest in the past is a divine signal from the universe. It is telling you that something new is on its way, even if you can't see it yet. This isn't about abandoning what you've known. It is about releasing what has fulfilled its purpose. It is about loosening your grip on what no longer supports your growth. You are being called to let go of the roles you've played, the patterns you've repeated, and the masks you've worn. You are being invited to step into a life that reflects who you are becoming, not who you were. This shift doesn't always make sense. It can feel uncertain, like the ground is moving beneath you. But within that uncertainty lies a beautiful promise, growth, rebirth, and the chance to rediscover yourself in ways you never imagined. This disconnection is just the beginning. Beneath it, a cascade of inner changes is unfolding. You are noticing your beliefs evolving, especially the limiting ones you never questioned before. The old you, the one who accepted certain truths, lived by external expectations, or went along with the flow, is fading. You are questioning what you once took for granted. Maybe you are looking within more often, realizing the outer world doesn't hold all the answers. Maybe the structures you built your life on are crumbling, not to destroy you, but to free you. You might struggle to define who you are in this new space. But one thing is certain. You are not the same person anymore. You are growing, expanding, and the old skin no longer fits. There is a deep yearning within you to be reborn, to become a braver, freer, truer version of yourself. You may not know what that version looks like yet, but you feel it calling as this disconnection deepens. Fear might creep in, fear of letting go, of losing what is familiar, of stepping into the unknown. But alongside that, fear comes liberation. No longer needing to be who you were is freedom. Releasing what no longer supports your highest path is power. That emptiness you feel isn't emptiness, it is potential. The fertile ground for a new beginning, a sign that something more aligned with your soul is on its way. Yes, this can feel uncomfortable. Growth often does, but this discomfort is the gateway to clarity. Over time, that clarity arrives. You stop looking outward for guidance or relying on others to define your path. Instead, you turn inward, trusting your inner wisdom, your intuition, your heart, your soul. The noise of the world fades, replaced by a steady, quiet voice within. That voice becomes your compass, your truth. You stop clinging to the past or trying to revive what is gone. Instead, you open to possibility, allowing yourself to become someone new. Each day brings you closer to a truer you, not the version shaped by fear, obligation, or expectation, but the one waiting beneath the surface all along. So, if you are drifting away from who you were, if your old life no longer fits, if the people, habits, or dreams that once mattered feel distant, know this: your soul is guiding you. It is leading you to a new beginning. This disconnection isn't an end. It is the quiet, sacred start of the transformation you are destined for. The real journey is just beginning. Now, the third sign, you are questioning what you once thought was important. Have you noticed that things you once believed were essential don't carry the same weight anymore? It is like you are seeing life from a completely new angle. Worries that used to consume you seem to lose their power. Material goals, others' opinions, and societal expectations fade in the face of what truly matters. You are starting to ask, what is really important to me? Your career, money, or status, they're just pieces of a bigger picture you couldn't see before. You are realizing that life's true meaning isn't about meeting society's standards, but aligning with what resonates with your soul. It is like a filter has lifted, letting you see through the surface to the core of who you are. This inner questioning isn't always easy. It can stir uncertainty, even leave you feeling lost in a tangle of conflicting thoughts. But this unknown space is fertile ground for growth. New answers start to emerge, not from the outside world, but from within. Life begins to show you that fulfillment doesn't come from accumulating things, but from experiences that enrich your soul and relationships that nourish your spirit. This questioning might spark a full reevaluation of your purpose. Why am I here? What do I truly want to experience? The answers may not come right away, but one thing is certain. You are opening to new possibilities. Things that once felt essential are losing their power, making space for new passions, new interests, and a deeper connection to what truly matters. This is a clear sign you are preparing for a profound shift. The universe is guiding you toward what truly fulfills you, toward your authentic path. It may feel messy at first, but it is actually the doorway to a more conscious life, one aligned with your purest essence. This shift in perspective often happens gradually, but once it starts, it is undeniable. You notice that what once gave you security now feels empty. You no longer feel the need to chase society's version of success. A new energy is taking hold, pulling you toward a more authentic life, less swayed by external expectations. This process isn't just about rejecting old things. It is about welcoming the new passions and interests you, once shelved, might suddenly call to you again. Maybe you are rediscovering forgotten joys or exploring realms you never considered. You are not worried about fitting into a mold or following a prescribed path. You are seeking a path that reflects your true values and purpose, one only you can define. This questioning might bring moments of solitude. You may feel disconnected from old friends or your usual circles. This is a natural part of distancing yourself from external expectations to find your inner truth. Don't fear this. It is temporary. This solitude becomes a space for self-awareness to grow. Over time, you'll attract people who resonate with your evolving vision, who see the world as you are beginning to see it. It is like a reset. What no longer serves you fades, replaced by an energy that connects you to what truly matters. This questioning isn't a crisis. It is an awakening. It is preparing you for something greater, deeper, and more aligned with your purpose. The journey to this discovery may feel uncertain, but it is exactly what you need to become your best self. The fourth sign, you are feeling more connected to your intuition than ever before. When you are on the cusp of a major life step, something magical happens. It is like a new clarity awakens deep within you. Suddenly, life feels more meaningful, as if everything carries a deeper purpose, and every choice feels more instinctive. Things that once left you uncertain now seem clear. You are no longer lost in a maze of thoughts. A quiet strength within starts guiding you, showing you which way to go. Your intuition is that inner voice, that gut feeling that tells you what to do, even without all the answers or logical explanations. It is a knowing that something aligns with your true self, even if you can't explain why. The key is learning to trust this inner wisdom. When you do, decisions become easier because you are acting from a deeper, more authentic place. This awakening doesn't happen overnight. It starts with small signs, a hunch that leads you down a different path, a wave of calm in an uncertain moment. At first, it is hard to recognize, especially when life's noise drowns out that inner voice. But as you give it space and listen more closely, it grows stronger, clearer. Intuition shows up in many ways: a physical sensation, a sudden thought, or an unexplainable certainty about a person or situation. As you become more attuned to it, you'll notice your choices aren't just based on logic anymore. They come from a deeper knowing, one more aligned with your essence. You may not fully understand why something pulls you or pushes you away, but that certainty is the start of a powerful transformation. As you nurture this connection, seemingly random or chaotic events start to form a pattern, like puzzle pieces falling into place. Life flows more naturally, more effortlessly, because you feel on some unexplainable level that you are in the right place at the right time, doing what you are meant to do. You no longer feel the urge to overanalyze every step because you trust your intuition is guiding you. This awakening also helps you notice things you once overlooked. You pick up on unspoken truths, sense the energy of people and situations, and understand what is happening on a deeper level. Sometimes it is not about what is said, but what is felt. You are more open to those subtle vibrations. Now, the most magical part. The more you trust your intuition, the more you feel a profound sense of peace and security. Even without all the answers, even when the future is a mystery, that alignment with your purpose is so strong that nothing can derail you. Fear and doubt lose their grip because your choices no longer come from fear. They come from a deep understanding of yourself and the universe around you. This marks the start of a phase of self-discovery and empowerment. As you keep listening to your intuition, your choices bring you closer to your true essence. Life flows with a grace you never imagined, simply because you are in tune with the natural rhythm of your being. The fifth sign: you are craving personal growth like never before. As this new chapter unfolds, you'll notice your mind is more open than ever. You are no longer content with what you've always known or the version of yourself you've always accepted. A deep hunger for growth rises within you. You don't just want to survive. You want to evolve, expand, and break through your limits. This inner drive starts to shape your thoughts and actions. You find yourself seeking new knowledge through books, courses, experiences, or conversations with people who challenge your perspective. New ideas, skills, and transformative experiences call to you like never before. It is like you are yearning to learn more, grow more, and become a truer, stronger version of yourself. This craving pushes you to explore parts of yourself you never thought to uncover, from hidden passions to your deepest limitations. You feel there is no time to waste. Now is the moment to seize every opportunity to reinvent yourself. This isn't just curiosity. It is a longing to be whole, to align more closely with your values and purpose. This hunger connects you to a transformative energy, a sense that nothing is impossible if you are willing to evolve. You are more open to letting go of old limiting beliefs and embracing perspectives that propel you forward. Personal growth isn't just a desire anymore. It is a necessity, reflected in every area of your life. Paths that once seemed clear now feel uncertain, as if you are being called to discover new ways of thinking and being. Growth isn't just a choice, it is a priority. You are ready to embark on a journey that will not only change your outer world, but reshape your inner self in ways you can't yet fully grasp. You start asking deeper questions. Who am I really? What is my purpose? How do I want to live my life? This period of questioning isn't random. It is a sign your mind is ready to expand, to break free from the comfort zones you once thought were enough. You are not just seeking answers, You are craving a transformation that lifts you to a higher level of consciousness, where the ordinary becomes extraordinary. Alongside this, you feel a pull to heal. This isn't just intellectual growth, it is emotional and spiritual. You start confronting old wounds, limiting beliefs, and patterns that no longer serve you, ready to release them. You understand that letting go of the past makes space for the new. Though this process can be challenging, it is one of the most exciting parts of your journey to a truer self. Your life begins to center around what truly matters: growth, connection, authenticity. These take precedence over the petty worries and superficial distractions that once consumed you. You are ready to move beyond the daily grind and make meaningful changes that align with your deepest desires. You might surround yourself with people who share this drive for growth, who challenge you to be better, think differently, and explore new ideas. You no longer seek external validation or cling to outdated beliefs. You are seeking a more meaningful, authentic life, one that reflects the real you. The sixth sign: you feel a fierce urge to release toxic relationships and situations that no longer resonate with you. At this stage of your journey, you are noticing that certain people and situations that once felt like home now feel entirely out of place. Things you once tolerated, behaviors you excused, or environments you thought were normal, now feel heavy, draining, or misaligned with who you are becoming. You are not just outgrowing these dynamics, you are evolving beyond them. What once felt familiar or even comfortable no longer aligns with your evolving values, your deeper sense of purpose, or your inner peace. You are undergoing a profound transformation, one that makes it impossible to ignore the burdens holding you back. It is like waking from a long sleep, realizing that some people and patterns never truly helped you thrive. They kept you stuck. Now, something within you has shifted. A clarity is emerging, a fierce awareness that you no longer want to be trapped in relationships or situations that drain your energy or pull you into emotional turmoil. No matter how long you've known someone, how much effort you've invested, or how familiar a situation feels, if it doesn't support your growth, it is time to let go. You are no longer afraid of the uncertainty change brings, because the discomfort of staying in a misaligned space outweighs the fear of the unknown. This urge to distance yourself from toxic energy isn't about rejecting others out of resentment. It is about honoring yourself out of love. Choosing peace, seeking clarity, and protecting your energy isn't selfish. It is self-respect. You are realizing that to become your best self, you must first be willing to walk away from what dims your light. If you are still tied to the past, but relationships that don't reflect who you are, you can't build an authentic future. What is unfolding within you is a sacred act of self-liberation. You deserve to be surrounded by people who lift you up, challenge you in ways that foster growth, and see and love the real you. You are not seeking perfection. You are seeking authenticity, mutual respect, and emotional safety. Letting go can be painful. Endings are never easy. But it is also one of the most powerful things you can do for yourself. It is a declaration that your joy matters, your peace matters, your time, heart, and energy matter. You are no longer willing to sacrifice these for comfort or fear. You've realized that holding on to the familiar isn't worth the cost of your growth. As you release what no longer serves you, beautiful things start to happen. You begin to attract people and experiences that align with your soul. New relationships bloom, feeling effortless, expansive, and inspiring. You find yourself surrounded by those who understand you, support your path, and encourage your dreams rather than diminish them. These connections add value to your life. They don't drain you, they uplift you. Slowly, you start to rebuild. A new chapter begins, filled with genuine bonds that replace superficial ties. These relationships don't just fill space, they nourish your spirit. You no longer settle for half-hearted connections. You welcome love, whether in friendships, family, or romance, that sees you, hears you, and honors you. This is a sign you are preparing for an extraordinary new phase, one where you are more aligned with your true self, where peace takes priority, your heart is safe, and your soul is free to grow, love, and live unbound. This isn't just a shift, it is your rebirth. The seventh sign, you feel a profound disconnection from everything that no longer serves you. As you step into this new phase, you'll notice that things once essential, meaningful, or even indispensable carry less weight. Now, something within you has shifted. Your perspective is changing. Your energy is transforming. Relationships that once felt vital may now feel strained or distant. Activities that brought joy feel empty or repetitive. Even familiar places that once brought comfort might suddenly seem far off or foreign. This doesn't mean your past was a mistake or your choices were wrong. It simply means you are evolving, shedding layers of an identity that no longer fits and stepping into a self that is more aligned with your truth. In this process, parts of your old life naturally fall away. This disconnection can feel uncomfortable at first, with moments of confusion, sadness, or nostalgia. You might wonder, why don't I enjoy this anymore? Or why do I feel so distant from people I used to love? But within this discomfort lies a subtle, undeniable freedom, like breathing fresh air after being in a confined room too long. You may not fully understand what is happening, but deep down, you know it is time to let go. Habits, routines, or thought patterns no longer resonate with your current state. Things that once held your attention barely move you now. Old fears lose their grip. Persistent worries feel less urgent. While this might bring a sense of loss, it also brings profound peace. In the release, there is a sacred stillness, an inner calm you didn't have before. You are not just letting go of old things, you are making space for the new. And this newness isn't just external, it is a deeper alignment with who you are becoming. This isn't a sudden shift, it unfolds slowly, quietly. One day you wake up and realize you are no longer passionate about things that once defined you. Conversations with certain people leave you drained instead of inspired. This isn't betrayal or a rejection of your past. It is honoring your growth, recognizing that growth often means outgrowing. Your inner compass is recalibrating. You are cultivating a sharper awareness of what truly matters and realizing that to move forward, you must release what no longer nourishes your soul. Whether it is a job, a friendship, a belief system, or a version of yourself that is no longer true, this process is sacred, a vital part of your growth. It is not always easy, but it is necessary. The universe has its own way of guiding us, sometimes gently, sometimes abruptly, but always with purpose. If you are hearing these words, if they resonate even a little, trust that it is no accident. You were meant to receive this message. Something within you is awakening, a deeper wisdom emerging. If you follow it, if you trust this inner knowing, you are about to step into a phase where everything starts to make sense. So what happens when you fully embrace these signs and take charge of your life? What shifts when you stop clinging to the past and open to what is meant for you? A powerful awakening awaits. one that could reshape everything you thought you knew. You are not just changing your circumstances, you are expanding your consciousness, aligning with a reality built on peace, clarity, and truth. This is the start of something extraordinary. Stay curious, stay open. The journey ahead isn't just about growth, it is about transformation. You are not alone on this path. If you feel called, I invite you to declare in the comments, "My soul is awake," and align with the universe to embrace your new chapter. If this message touched your heart, hit that like button to share this inspiration with others. May your path be filled with light and love, and may every step radiate your authentic power. Thank you for being here, beautiful soul. Until next time, take care and shine bright.